Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tree Cat Tarot. Today, we're going to be looking at what is going on with your person and what is on your person's mind. Um, I literally woke up, and after I ate, I really felt the need to do this reading, so we're going to do it. I'm going to ask you to excuse that um, my nails don't look as pretty as they normally do. I don't know how much that actually matters. I just noticed that all the tarot girlies make their nails look pretty. And so I'm being a little self-conscious, but hopefully it doesn't actually bother any of you. And we're going to go ahead and get started with this reading. We have 3 tarot decks here and 2 sets of oracle cards. We're going to look at the tarot, and then we're going to get some fairy tale messages and some messages from your person. Oh my goodness. So pile 1, this is, I use the Page of Swords card because the Page of Swords, there's a reader and she loves to say, like, why talk when you can stalk? And that's kind of the energy of what things are like when you don't really know what's going on with your person. So, Page of Swords. And pile 1, this is going to be your card from the Spirit Tarot. And this is what the back of the deck looks like, if that is something that you choose from. Pile 2, this is going to be your Page of Swords card from the unofficial Adventure Time Tarot deck. And this is what the back of your card looks like. Pile 3, this is going to be your Page of Swords, or in this case, Page of Air. This is from the Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. And this is what the back of the deck looks like. So go ahead and take a few minutes. If you need to pause the video, if you need to, go ahead and pick your pile, and I will see you in a moment. Hi, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So this is, we're going to take a look at what is going on with your person, with your situation, and maybe anything that is below the surface that you don't know about. Let's go ahead and shuffle that card back in properly, really fast. It'd be funny if it came out again. Your deck is the only one too that when I was initially shuffling, I didn't get a particular vibe off of it, so I'm wondering if your person is maybe a little hard to read. But we'll go ahead and get started and see. Oh wow, okay. Right off the bat, we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. They always fly off the table. That's what happens when you have a little table. We have the Seven of Pentacles. What is going on with pile 1's person, Spirit? Okay. How did you want to fall? Okay, we have the Magician. I feel like a magician energy would be a little hard to read if this is your person. They would be a little sly and clever and a little hard to read. Whoop. Oh, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. Pile 1. We have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. So your major arcana, the only one you have is the Magician. That is card number 1. It's Aries energy. And then we also have Libra, Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. So that's a good chunk of the zodiac, so nothing in particular is really sticking out to me. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. Your person's making moves. Your person's making moves. Um, they're trying to get a lot done. However, that could be ultimately what's causing you so much confusion, where you don't really know where things are going. Because over here, we do have the Two of Swords in the reverse, which is the inability to make a decision. Um, the inability to make a decision, and then quite a bit of hard work. Um, with the Seven of Pentacles coming out here, the Two of Swords in the reverse, and then the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Wands is an energy of not wanting to give up. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a relationship that is established, that's been established. So if you're asking about someone who's a new person, this is not going to be your reading. This is not your reading. Okay, so this reading is very specifically for established connections. I feel like for a lot of you, you're in a place where you are, maybe things haven't been going great between the two of you. You've been trying to make it work. You don't want to give up. There could be a lot of passion with the Nine of Wands here. And the indecision could be the fact that you kind of see logically that things are not working out the way that you would like them to. But again, there's all this passion. You don't really want to give up on each other. I see a lot of pink, and the pink is kind of making me think this isn't going to be all of you, but the pink is making me feel like maybe you were quite young when you two got together and things were better when you were young because, you're able to just kind of totally get wrapped up in the feeling, wrapped up in each other, the honeymoon phase. That's much easier when you're younger, I feel like. But then as you have both grown older, you've kind of grown apart. But with the Magician here, I don't know how else to say this, pile one, but like your person with the Magician here is making moves towards an ending and a dissolution. I feel like your person is more ready for a separation or a breakup than you are. I feel like your person's more ready for it. I feel like your person feels that it's going to come either way. Because we have the Two of Cups in the reverse literally being followed by the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. This makes me feel like a breakup and a divorce. That's literally what this makes me feel like. And I don't think I've ever given a reading or seen a reading where literally they fall out like this. This is so very final. Um, hmm. I also feel like for a lot of you, this indecision is because intuitively you probably know it's over. Intuitively, you know it's over, but you're not ready to accept that, which my heart goes out to you, pile one. That's very normal. It's very, very normal to not want to accept when things are over. But often we prolong our own pain by not doing so. There could have been children involved with all the gremlins here. Like the gremlins are just kind of making me think of children, and a lot of them. Like we're not just talking one or two, we're talking like three or more. And then the Ten of Pentacles in reverse does talk about an unhappy home or the breaking of a home. I feel like you probably came here hoping that I would tell you what you want to hear. And I get it. I have myself gone to tarot readings hoping they would tell me what I want to hear. And then feeling very betrayed when they did not tell me what I wanted to hear. Those feelings are normal. I'm going to find out why exactly the Magician is here. Oh wow, and then underneath the Nine of Wands we have Justice. So legal, a divorce. Underneath that we have the High Priestess in reverse, which is not listening to your intuition. Lovers in reverse. Some of you, there may have been an affair. Jesus, the Devil. Oh my God. I'm I have so much sympathy for you. Pile one, I really do. I feel like you're not in a place where the wound and the pain is super raw at this time, which is, it does mean that on some level you've been grieving it, on some level you've been dealing with it. I think you were just holding on to a little bit more hope, but I do want to see why the Magician's here exactly. Spirit, why is the Magician here? Temperance, balance, healing. Your person could be in a place where they are trying to heal themselves. Like maybe, I'm not feeling like either of you are doing anything. I mean, obviously, if there's a third party, that's frowned upon, right? Obviously, if there's a third party, it's frowned upon. But people are people, and people do make mistakes. I don't feel like either of you are inherently a bad person. Like maybe there's been some mistakes made. I feel like both of you are in a place where you're trying to heal and you're trying to heal together, but you're finding that you will do more healing apart, and that's just really hard to swallow, is what I'm getting here. Your person is in a place where maybe they're farther along in their healing to where they're having an easier time accepting this. Because often, a really bittersweet part of healing is knowing when something is over and knowing that there's no point in dragging yourself or another person along just because you're attached. I feel like your person is in a place where they realize that at this point, you're both just dragging things along. And as I said earlier, prolonging a pain that could start healing sooner, the sooner you both accept it. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and pull from the fairy tale and the In the Shadows Oracle cards, just because that's what I promised, basically. I feel like for many of you, like if you want to click off at this point, you heard what you needed to hear. You don't want to put yourself through any more explanation, any more pain, anything like that. You are perfectly fine to go ahead and click off right here if you got what you needed to get. Okay. I assume if you're still here, you need something from the oracle cards. So let's go ahead and draw those and see what we have. Okay, Spirit. Fairy tale oracle, please. Okay. We have the stork, card number 17. Never mind that these cards fall in reverse. They don't mean the same thing when they fall in reverse. We have the dog. Card number 18. 17, 18. 13, child. You might have children that are those ages. I'm getting that in specific. That one jumped. And we have the moon, card number 32. We are in eclipse season with the moon here. I feel like a couple of you are feeling tempted to use the moon to manifest a new beginning or a prolonging of this relationship. I would advise you not to do that. I am one who specifically believes that eclipse energy is incredibly potent. It is incredibly unpredictable. And it's really difficult to control the outcome of magic worked on the lunar and solar eclipses, which are very soon. If anything, the eclipses are meant for you to sit with yourself and notice things that you didn't notice before, which need to come to a close, or notice changes within yourself. Have intuitive hits, have epiphanies. Notice things in your outside world that you did not notice before. Things like that. Okay. That aside, so the moon card here does represent cycles. It could be that this has been a thing where the two of you might go into a break or you might go into a separation, you try to make things work again. I think because of the range here with 17, 18, 13, I really think for some of you that's how old some of your children are. We literally have child here. We also have stork, both of which are, again, about children, quite on the nose. The stork is also about karma. The stork is about karma. The child is literally discussing either a child or someone with childlike tendencies. I also feel like for some of you, continuing this relationship would do nothing more than to continue some form of generational trauma that you have both been born into. And that the breaking of this relationship, the accepting that the relationship gave you what it gave you, which was still beautiful and worthy of what you are experiencing right now. And I know that's very difficult to hear. I do not say that lightly. The relationship gave you what it needed to give you, and it's very much time to let it go. The dog is also about loyalty. So for some of you, it could have been, I know I mentioned the lovers in reverse earlier when I was going through the back of the deck. I feel like the cheating thing was maybe only a couple of you. For the vast majority of you, there was nothing like that. If you don't already know it's there, if it does not resonate, don't make it fit. The vast majority of you, this was just two people who could not make it, who were not meant to make it work over a long period of time. That's all this was. And it happens. It simply happens. But with the dog here, For those of you where there was no third party anything, the whole reason both of you stayed was because you were both trying to really take those vows seriously. And that is no small thing. It shows a large ability to commit on both of your ends. And you should be proud of yourself for that. However, if at this point all you are doing is causing each other pain, causing your children pain, you know what the better thing to do is. I think you've both possibly observed in your own families people staying together who were not meant to stay together. And that's part of why this is both very hard and painful and also very important, because then you're going to be the ones who don't do that. The ones who learn to walk away and eventually have different lives, eventually find somebody else, both of you, and it will actually teach your children something very useful. Um, how the love of self should be important. How it teaches them that, codependency, if that is a thing here, codependency isn't okay. Children who come from families where the two parents stayed together even though they shouldn't, they end up learning damaging things from that. So sometimes we don't necessarily get to directly experience the benefit of breaking a cycle. Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes instead, we get to break a cycle and watch the benefit of our children experiencing a life and lessons that were different from ours. And knowing that the cycle we broke creates progress for them. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull your In the Shadows Oracle card. Again, I'm going to give you a second in case you feel like you don't need to hear anything else. In case you feel like you heard everything you need to hear. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the In the Shadows Oracle. Like I said, because that's what I promised you. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so for some of you, there is a lot that is unsaid, I feel like. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna, some of these are resonating. I'm just gonna read them. The first thing I saw when I bent down to pick these up is I know you're watching me, which is that Page of Swords energy. I love myself enough to walk away. Your body language says so much. I hope you're happy for me. Yeah, this is someone who wants a peaceful break. I was careless with you. Yeah, this is someone who didn't want to cause you harm. I've been here before with others. This won't apply to all of you. I feel like several of you, this was an old relationship where there really wasn't anyone before. But for a couple of you, where maybe, you've both had relationships before, maybe your person has been through this cycle and that's why they're like, no, I need to walk away this time. I never used to look at you in that way. Yeah, feeling their feelings change. You're so easy to see through. Wow. Okay, Pile 1, this is all the messages I have for you. I'm sorry that it's not a happier set of messages, but this is what I have, and I will see you again soon. You'll get through this, Pile 1. It will be okay. All right? Um, I'll see you again. Like, comment, subscribe if the mood is even in you to do that right now. And be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead. If you picked this tarot card, this Page of Swords, then this is your reading. Let's go ahead and shuffle her back in properly. So when I was initially shuffling your cards, I did get this sense of calm. So I don't know if you're just kind of coming from a place of curiosity and you don't really care either way what you find. You're just kind of curious. Maybe your person is very collected and likes to take things slow, and you're just like, it confuses you maybe because that's not what you're used to. So let's go ahead and see what we have. Spirit, what is going on with Pile 2's person? Spirit, oh, okay. We have the Four of Cups. Okay. Spirit, what is going on with Pile 2's person? We have the Eight of Coins coming out with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. What is going on with Pile 2's person? Okay. We have the Two of Coins with the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, we have the Page of Coins. Lots of earth energy. All right. And then we have the Eight of Wands, rightio, with the Six of Coins. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. Aww. That's really sweet. So the energy between the two of you is definitely puppy love. It's definitely in its flirtation stage. Maybe you've had one date, but this is really puppy love right now. So let's go ahead and get into your cards. So for the ones where I do know their astrological signs, we have Virgo energy with the Eight of Coins. We have Aries energy with the Knight of Wands. Sagittarius energy with the Nine of Wands. Capricorn with the Two of Coins. I don't quite know the other ones. I apologize. You do have a lot, though, a lot of wands and coins. So the only card that isn't wand or coins is the Page of Cups over here and the Four of Cups over here. So there's going to be a lot of earth and fire energy in this connection. So earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Fire signs are Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. So the present energy is Two of Coins coming out with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. There is a strange the energy is balanced between the two of you. I would say that it's like mirroring energy, but when I think of mirroring energy, I think of like when you're acting triggered and then you trigger that person and they act in a way that triggers you and you're just kind of going back and forth, mirroring each other's energy. This is mirroring, I'm feeling in a more healthy way that like neither of you are being super anxious, neither of you are being super avoidant, like you're just both chill, calm, fine. Okay. Um However, with the Nine of Wands here in the reverse and also the Four of Cups over here, I do kind of feel like both of you are in a really I'm just feeling this out place. Um, I do find it a little weird that you're coming to a reading if you're just kind of in a feeling things out place. Maybe you just kind of want to know if you're wasting your time. Maybe you're both in a place where you haven't had a lot of luck with dating, so you're both just kind of like you're not being avoidant, but you are both like might be wasting my time, might not. Let's see what happens. And you just maybe want a little bit more advice as to where things are going to go. Um I feel like with the 9 of Wands in reverse, I almost feel like Spirit is asking you to surrender. So maybe you're in a place where you're trying to hold tight to your emotions a little too much. So not like being avoidant, but like, maybe you're a little being a little cautious, being really making yourself be very tempered, and I feel like spirit kind of wants you to surrender a little bit actually. With the Four of Cups over here, I do feel like previous to this connection, or maybe even in the beginning of this connection, maybe you were both, because I do see him like actually, unlike most Four of Cups cards, he's actually looking at the cup. He's actually paying it some mind. Maybe both of you weren't each other's first choice, or maybe you weren't your person's first choice. And don't get all, in your feelings about that. That happens. You know that you have dated someone who wasn't your first choice, and you know people who have dated people that was not their first choice, just because sometimes, we just have weird ideas about what to expect from people, right? So maybe you weren't each other's first choice, but neither of you are ignoring the option that either of you present. Um, because I am getting a little bit of a cautious energy, I do feel like you both, maybe both of you had breakups recently. Maybe both of you have had like not terrible relationship experiences, but enough of a relationship experience to know that like you can't just rush in. Fools rush in kind of thing, which is not something I ever say. So, yeah, with the Eight of Coins coming out with the Nine of Wands in reverse, you're both feeling things. Your person is feeling things, and they're trying to pretend like they ain't. Your person is, feeling that sensual energy, that passionate energy, but they're trying to pretend like they're cool, they're calm, they got all that under control. Maybe that's why Spirit's asking you to surrender a little bit. Like maybe you both need to just kind of relax a little bit more. You both need to show a little bit more flirtation. You both need to show a little bit more interest just to kind of help the other one ease up a little bit more. With the Page of Coins, maybe one of you is less experienced than the other one. Maybe your person is less experienced than you are. Maybe you're the less experienced one. I feel like one of you is on like the Page of Coins, it's like offering his little bouquet, and the Page of Cups is offering their cup back. Like you're both wanting to offer love. I feel like this is newer for one of you than it is for the other one. And you know, sitting between the Page of Coins and the Page of Cups is the Six of Coins. That's reciprocity. I think you're just both afraid to be the one who overdoes it. You're both afraid to really officially take a first step. But with the Eight of Wands here, once that first step is taken, things are going to move fairly fast and it's going to be very reciprocal. One of you is not going to be, you know, giving 180% while the other one only gives 20. Like it's not going to be like that. Let's see what else we have here with the fairy tale cards. Yeah, I feel like your person's playing it cool because you're playing it cool. You're not really hiding from each other that you're interested, but you're both playing it a little cool. And Spirit's telling you to stop. You don't need to be playing it cool. Yeah, clouds is confusion, card number 6. And the confusion's coming from, just because of the direction it's going, the confusion's coming from the inside. You're confusing yourself a little. That's why you're here. We have bouquet and we have lilies. So 9 and 30. So creating your own happiness, contentment. You know, don't rush things. Things will move quickly on their own pace. But go ahead and surrender a little bit. Go ahead and surrender a little bit and show that you're happy to be here. You're happy to be with your person. That's way too... Okay, we'll take that one, I guess. Card number 34. We have fish, abundance. You are in a place of abundance. I feel like you don't have a scarcity mindset. You're not insecure. You don't have any major trauma. You're just being a little cautious, but Spirit's telling you, you know, to enjoy the companionship, to just relax around each other, and your confusion will dissipate on its own. You just need to let go of your reins a little bit. I feel like you really rein yourself in. You just need to ease up a little bit. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at your In the Shadows cards. Both readings were very upfront. Both readings were very upfront. So your reading is probably going to be the shortest of the three, but let's see. Spirit, what messages does pile two's person have for pile two? What is pile two's person thinking? What is pile two's person thinking? I wish you would come back. Maybe, I didn't see a breakup or anything like that, but maybe there was a little, maybe this hasn't actually gotten off the ground. Like maybe all you two have done is flirt. Maybe all you two have done is flirt, and there was some kind of like little separation. I'm not seeing anything major though. Like maybe you visited with each other recently and your other person's just kind of missing you. Like I'm not getting a very, it's not longing, it's not pining, they just miss you, you know? What else? What messages does pile two's person have for pile two? Okay. I don't know how to let you go. All right. This is now sounding more serious than it did before. That's interesting. I'm sorry. Maybe you two did have a little arguments. The clouds can be anger. Hmm. Maybe that's why you're playing it cool. That's why you're both playing it cool. Neither of you want to admit, like, your person doesn't want to necessarily admit being wrong, or they don't want to reach out and admit being wrong, but maybe if you went towards them, they would go ahead and be like, yeah, I was wrong, I screwed up, da da da. I didn't see any swords here, so I don't feel like anyone's being icy with each other. I feel like with the Knight of Wands, your person might be feeling a little shy towards you. Or maybe there was just some like awkward stumbling, like I'm really just not getting the feeling that anything major happened. I feel like you got spooked. That's how I feel, pile two. I feel like you got a little spooked. What else do we have here? What else? What other messages does pile two have? Okay. I know more than you think. Okay. And I've been here before with others. Yeah. I feel like you need to reach out, pile two. You need to reach out to your person. Go ahead and start slowly. Don't do it when you're angry. Don't do it when you're in a highly emotional state. Maybe you need to, with the bouquet, maybe you need to get yourself back into a happier state, a less emotional state. Get yourself back into a place of contentment and then reach out to your person. And from there, you can start a little bit fresher. Okay? These are all the messages I have for you, pile two. Thank you for coming to your reading. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you feel the need to do so. And I will see you again soon. Be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye. Hi, pile three, and welcome to your reading. If you picked this Page of Air card, we're going to go ahead and get a look at your tarot cards. Shuffle that back in properly first. Ugh. This one, whenever I do the shuffle where you bend the corners, I always have to do it close to my body because the cards are just so much. They're almost as big as my hand. So give me just a second. All right. Okay. So when I was initially shuffling your cards, I did get a weird sense of embarrassment. That's definitely a new one for me during a tarot reading. So let's go ahead and see what you're so embarrassed about. So, Spirit, what's going on with pile three's person, please? Okay. We have the Two of Earth in the reverse. We have the Three of Fire. Okay. You see how they're just flipping out, right? We have Awakening in reverse, which is the Hangman, card number 12, Pisces energy. We have the Seven of Air in reverse. And okay, and then we have the Three of Earth. On the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess in reverse, card number 2. Okay. So we have Pisces energy, more Pisces energy. The High Priestess can also be Taurus energy. Um, Three of Earth, I believe, is Taurus energy. Three of Fire, I want to say, is Aries energy. And the Two of Earth is Capricorn energy. So Taurus and Pisces are the two that I feel like I said the most. We also have a number 2 and a number 12. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So you're kind of in a place where you are feeling very impatient. I feel like you're feeling impatient and you want things to go a very specific way, and because of that, you're not really listening to your intuition. Your person is also feeling impatient. Um, with the Two of Earth in the reverse, there's a lot going on between the two of you. I feel like your person is trying to juggle a lot of different things, and it's all kind of like your person's juggling a lot of things, but then with the Three of Fire, I mean, certain things are working out. Certain things are working out really well, but then with the Hangman, your person's feeling very impatient about something that they want to get started. I feel like I did get an embarrassed energy when I was first shuffling, but looking at these cards, I'm feeling an energy of time is of the essence. With the Seven of Air is about, in the reverse, the Seven of Air is about needing to get a move on, needing to get going. You need to move forward now. With the Three of Earth, you could work with this person, you could have met them in school. I feel like your person is kind of almost stuck within themselves. There is a feeling of you're going to come together at some point and learn to be team players and learn to work with each other. I almost get the feeling like I'm getting a feeling of like your person waiting too long, and by the time they actually do what they need to be doing, you may have moved on at that point. Um, I'm getting this feeling, it's the hanged man here in the present. It's the hangman. I feel like maybe you were both very busy when you started seeing each other, flirting, dating, what have you. And things were going well. They were going in the right direction. You were getting along fine. You were making plans. And then something may have happened that was out of your person's control, that made things suddenly stop. And because things suddenly stopped, you've kind of just been left to do whatever you need to do to heal and move on. Okay, so the Five of Air is popping out here. I feel like your person's experiencing a lot of inner conflict and they're not listening to their intuition. Their intuition could even be telling them to go ahead and reach out, to go ahead and try and continue things where they were, and your person might be too afraid to do so. I'm going to take the Five of Air and the High Priestess together over here. Yours is the only pile I'm doing this with. I'm going to get clarifiers for all these cards. It's funny, the first two piles were much more straightforward and yours is a little less. Spirit, why is the Two of Earth here? The World. Card number 21. Spirit, why is the Three of Wands here? The Five of Cups in the reverse. Why is the Hang... Okay. The Devil. Why is the Seven of Swords here? The Ace of Pentacles. And why is the Three of Pentacles? Okay. Two of Fire reverse coming out with the King of Cups. Okay. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so the overarching thing going on is that your person has a lot of inner conflict about the action that they need to take, and they're not listening to their intuition. So the other cards, 21, 15, Capricorn energy, and the World is Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. So your person's in a place of a lot of inner conflict, not really knowing what to do. Presently, they're not doing anything, and it's because they're in a place of pride. I feel like, though, just the way these two cards look, while they are in a place of inner conflict and while they are in a place of like not listening to their intuition, with the way that the hangman here is positioned, like he's almost like rising out of the place of ego, your person's trying. It may not look like it, but they are trying. They're trying to rise above their ego. They're trying to rise above, they could have codependent behavior. They could have addictions. They're trying to rise above it. But I feel like ultimately Those are the reasons why they've been doing nothing. They know that they need to get above those behaviors, those belief systems, in order to come correctly. But there is a feeling of a little too late, or too little too late. So, with the world coming out for the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, your person was balancing too many things, and it's kind of like they got everything they wanted all at once, and they weren't quite ready to handle it. They weren't in a place mentally, emotionally to actually receive the gifts that spirit wanted to give them properly. And because, and see, this is where it's really important, like, just as an aside, it's super important to work on yourself mentally, emotionally before you manifest. Because there are so many people who have manifested the things that they wanted, but because they weren't actually ready to receive those things, it went to hell in a handbasket. And that is kind of what happened to your person. They got everything they wanted. It went to hell in a handbasket because there was something they still hadn't worked on. And here they are, currently suffering. With the Three of Fire coming out with the Five of Cups in reverse, I feel like things were going well between the two of you, and you were making plans to, go out or to date, or you were flirting a lot. But with the Five of Cups in the reverse here, your person was kind of barely seeing the beauty of it. It your person wasn't letting themselves fully enjoy the connection you guys had because there was other things wrong. Or on the other hand, your person was only enjoying the connection for the sake of what it did to make them feel better about everything else. You were kind of a silver lining and that was it, or so your person thought. I feel like things suddenly coming to a standstill has made them go back over their beliefs and their thoughts and them kind of be like, I didn't see what I had. This is a very classic, I didn't see what I had. And because your person possibly feels very ashamed, that could be why they're not doing anything. They feel too ashamed. Yeah, because and then, yeah, the Seven of Air in reverse is needing to get a move on, not doing it. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse is wasting an opportunity, which is really sad. Like, there's still a chance that if your person reached out to you, that you would accept them, but they're going to waste it. With the Three of Pentacles coming out, but it's being modified by the Two of Wands in the reverse and the King of Cups. I feel like by the time your person gets everything together, gets themselves together, and comes forward, they're gonna come over super strongly. They're gonna come forward really wanting to offer you something and maybe being very sincere in what they want to offer you, but it's a little too late. So that's just kind of what I'm seeing here. Let's go ahead and get into your fairy tale to see what else we have here. That's way too many, Spirit. We're gonna shuffle that again. The fairy tale cards have kind of been acting as like advice for you. So let's see what Spirit says. What should pile 3 do? Okay. We have the scythe. Ooh. Okay. Some more cards than I would normally take for this spread, but that's okay. Okay. So we have the scythe, the fox, lilies, rider, and gentleman, numbers 10, 14, 31, and 28. So the scythe representing you, you could be in a place of defensiveness right now. You could also be in a place where you no longer see this person as your equal. You no longer see them as worthy of you, which is why by the time they come around, it's kind of like too little too late. I put the writer and the gentleman together. I feel like you're not happy with the situation either. You're not entirely happy with the situation, but you are in a place of contentment, if that makes sense. You accept the situation for what it is. You accept the situation for what it is. Yeah, with the fox here, I do feel like you might be a little defensive, not just towards this person, but towards others, maybe. Maybe you're still working through some trust issues. Maybe some people have shown their true colors to you, and you're like, nah, I'm good, including you over there. Um, with the writer and the gentleman, the gentleman's in his peasant form, but the writer is supposed to be like Alibaba, right? I feel like maybe you're currently manifesting this person coming back, but you're keeping your expectations really low. Um, and maybe because this person has a history of like not ever choosing you, not ever putting you first, not being super reciprocal. Which, if they're dealing with devil things, not satanic shit, obviously, but like, if they're dealing with obsessive behavior, if they're dealing with addiction, if they're dealing with codependency, um, ego death, shit like that, then like, yeah, this person's not going to come correctly, and they're going to have had a history of not coming correctly. Um, I feel like you're just kind of waiting. Like you are waiting. You're sort of being asked to wait. I feel like. just to wait and observe and see what happens. You definitely don't have high expectations of this person though. Either you're manifesting them coming back or you know they're going to, but you're just like, cool, what kind of crap is it going to be this time? How long is it going to go on for this time? And your person could come in with all the sincerity in the world, but if they have spent a lot of their time with you, wasting opportunities with you, not taking this seriously, doing little things that maybe weren't meant to hurt you, but they hurt you anyway, they've kind of made their own bed in terms of the way you expect them to be when they do finally get their shit together. They've made their bed in terms of you being like, I would have totally gone for you 6 months ago, but you took that long. And I have moved on. I have evolved. I no longer view you as my equal. It's making me feel like in so speaking of Alibaba, it's making me feel like how in Aladdin, like he really didn't step into being genuine and being authentic and honest until like 3/4 into the damn movie. He was working to it. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody, but because he didn't know any better, he was hurting people. And you're kind of like Jasmine, where you're like, no, I need you to be honest. I need you to be authentic. Who the hell are you? And I feel like you want him to be, I'm saying him, your person could be your person. You want your person to, you want them to be honest and authentic and step into themselves. You don't expect them to, though, if that makes sense. I feel like Spirit wants you, again, to just wait, observe, maybe put the scythe down a little bit, or the sword, or what have you. But you don't make moves, you wait and see. You do not make any moves towards this person. You wait and see what they do. You see how they try to come in, and you see how you feel about it at that time. Okay? So we are going to do the In the Shadows Oracle cards if you want to see. So let's see what we have here. Spirit, what messages does Pile's 3 person have for Pile 3? Okay. I hope you're happy for me. What other messages does Pile 3's person have? Okay. I pretend you don't mean that much. Yeah, that's kind of where they're screwing up. I love myself enough to walk away. You can't come with me. Yeah, that sounds like your person's going on a healing journey. And you just kind of weren't in aligned places. You may have liked each other, you may have cared about each other, you may have been attracted to each other. You were not in aligned places. What else, Spirit? I am different now. Never drawn that card before. What else do we have? I've been here before with others. This could be a cycle for your person, and it just kind of took losing you for them to break it. One more, Spirit, please. One more. I understand you better now. Yeah. I mean, honestly, Pile 3, honestly, I hope you have evolved from the situation. And I hope your person heals. And you know what? I do hope they come in. I do hope they come in because, at the very least, you deserve the validation of them coming towards you. And they deserve giving themselves the opportunity to shoot their shot. Okay? I hope you both heal. I hope they do come in. And whether you decide that they're still for you, great. If you decide that they are not for you, great. Whatever happens is as it should be. Okay? So, this is all I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you for coming to your reading. Go ahead and like, subscribe if you would like to. It would please me greatly. And other than that, I will see you again soon. Be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye.